Brian Law. Hey, what about those bold? There were some bold predictions in there.
Couple
I like
not
Dano.
so bold
The Devils
ones
will make the playoffs. I had to. What's your bold prediction coming into this year?
New York Rangers make the playoffs, and their goaltender Igor Shesterkin is going to be up for the Vezina Trophy. I take a look at their lineup, and I take a look at Lafreniere with Buchnevich moving to St. Louis. That gives Lafreniere and Kakko a chance to play on those top two lines, get them power play times. These guys are top picks, make the next step, and then you have Fox right there, who won the Norris Trophy, continues his onslaught of the NHL. Panarin, possibly an MVP candidate. He has that kind of skills. Zibanejad, the big new contract, if he gets off to a hot start, always that slow start.
Dangerous.
But if he can move forward, then the New York Rangers get in the playoffs. Jarred Gallant makes that fast transition game work, and all of a sudden, they're the Broadway blue shirts knocking on the door.
They're back. Yeah, my bold prediction is the Columbus Blue Jackets will make the playoffs.
Ooh.
Brad Larson, the new man in charge there behind the bench. He's got those guys dialed in. They're all in shape. Werenski in the back end right there. They got a lot of talent up front that can make some big plays. Line with the big shot, playing with the newly acquired Jake Voracek, just dishing to him nonstop every game. Jakey loves to pass. Line loves to score. I think it's going to be a dangerous combination there for that number one line, maybe one of the best lines in the NHL. So we'll see what happens. And that was a pretty bold prediction. J-Mo, what do you got? What do you got for us, bud?
All right, so Jody Shelley and I are on the same page. Super Bowl prediction. I have the Blackhawks winning the West and vying for the Stanley Cup final. I think Fleury's got a massive chip on his shoulder. Kirby Dach's back. He's healthy. Jonathan Taves back healthy. Patrick Kane hasn't gone downhill at all in the last couple of years. So I got the Hawks coming out of the West. So we shall see that.
I'm not too far behind.
That's a little bold, but I'm just, if it goes wrong, I'll just be like, yeah, Jody Shelley, terrible pick there. Time now for true or false. Hartsey, I'm starting with you on this one.
All
True
right.
or false, the Tampa Bay Lightning will make the Stanley Cup final for the third consecutive year.
True.
Calling a timeout here?
No, true. It's a
I
T.
like it.
It's a T.
All right, why?
They're just so deep.
Yeah.
The best goaltender in the league, one of the best goaltenders, the best defenseman and Hedman in the league. Their forwards are top notch. It's not like a Kraken like you just described. Their top lines. They got Stamkos, the big right hand shot. They got Kucherov, who's going to be healthy. Right down up, Braden Point, Killorn. All these guys can score goals, play big minutes and big moments, and they have the experience. And they're fighting for something. They want to make history, making that three-peat.
Billy, true or false?
Not going to make it to the Stanley Cup, not be Stanley Cup champions. For me, making the 3 times in a row, trying to recover and get back to the Stanley Cup final, such of a war of attrition on your body, trying to rebuild through the summer months, go through the grind of an 82-game schedule, get all the way back into the playoffs and try and climb that mountain in a salary cap era, trying to do something that's never done before. There's a reason why it hasn't been done before. If there's one team that, yes, possibly they could do it, but Gord, Coleman, and Gaudreau, the loss of those 3 players will have enough of an impact that they will not make it quite back to the mountaintop. And 2, it's just tough to get that conditioning all the way up where you need it in the summer to build the strength just to go through that grind a third time.
When you only need to score 1 or 2 goals a game, it doesn't really matter. You can get those or those.
Andre Vasilevsky,
The best in the business.
He's the whiteout, the eraser.
Yeah. We always talk about the teams that win the Stanley Cup. Played a lot of hockey. This team has played more hockey than anybody over the last 2 years. We'll see how it plays out in year number 3. This next one, I'll start with you. The Toronto Maple Leafs will win a playoff series for the first time since 2004. You heard Jackie Redmond off the top. This is the year. True or false for you?
True.
Okay.
They'll go, and it has to start with Mitch Marner. He doesn't have a playoff goal in the last 18 games. But Toronto, they win a playoff round this year. Matthews probably going to lead the league in goal scoring again. Talented lineup. Maybe they meet Tampa Bay in the first round and they dispose of the Tampa Bay Lightning. But this is a really good team. Richie, the addition, maybe playing on that top line. And if I take a look at their lineup, their defensemen are really good. The goaltending, Jack Campbell, that's the guy. If Jack Campbell can stand out and be the goaltender, Mrazek's a complimentary backup. But they are going to light up the score sheet throughout the course of the regular season. Question marks, can they do it in the playoffs? There's just enough talent and enough pedigree there, and they will learn from having that 3-1 lead against Montreal and letting it dissipate. Bye-bye is correct. That they'll be able to get over the hump and win a playoff round.
Oh, now he's drawing them. True.
For sure. I think they make the playoffs. It's been an anomaly the last 2 seasons, them not getting it done. They're big boys, need to get it done. There's a lot of pressure, but, I think they're good enough pros. They made the big bucks. They want to win now. They don't care about the contracts. They want to win now, and that means bearing down in that playoffs when they need you most.
All right, so we'll switch gears from a team that hasn't won a playoff series to a team that's been in the playoffs for 15 straight years. DeMalkin, Crosby, and the Penguins make the playoffs for a 16th consecutive year. True or false?
Well, the Pens fans are going to love this answer. Not false.
To be expected from a former Flyer.
I just think it's too much. I think if they're not healthy, if they're not there for 80 games out of the year, Malkin and Crosby, I think they're not going to score enough goals. Therefore, they're not going to win enough games. And in that Metro division, there's some top teams that are pushing every night that want to win these games. So I believe that they won't make the playoffs, and this will be a nice, not a nice, sorry, a long history of them making the playoffs. I think it's going to come to an end.
For me, if they get into the playoffs, they just continue that run. They were second in goals per game last year. They still put a ton of goals. Jeff Carter came on board, 13 goals in 20 games for them, including the playoffs. Sidney Crosby is back skating with the team. How long will he be out? Maybe towards late October. That is not long enough for the Penguins to make too much of a dip. When Sidney Crosby gets back into that lineup, Sidney Crosby just doesn't miss the playoffs. He always finds a way to get his team into the playoffs. Mike Sullivan, really well coached, well-structured team, the dynamics. I like Gensel. I like Rust. Zucker, hopefully he can bounce back, put up bigger numbers. The goaltender, Tristan Jarry, was good during the regular season for the most part to Smith. They hope better things from him. Jarry was not good in the playoffs, but they are good enough as a whole group. Chris Letang's an elite defenseman to get back there one more time.
All right, injury is certainly a factor with this team and the start. Mike Sullivan announcing that no Crosby, knows Jake Gensel, and no Zach Aston-Reese for their opener, and we'll see how long it takes Evgeny Malkin to come back. All right, true or false? Alexander Ovechkin, he's just passing these legends along the way. He will pass Jaromir Jagr, the guy that we see right behind you, for third all-time in goals this season. True or false?
True. Alex Ovechkin continues to plug along, signed a 4-year contract. He's going to go after that Wayne Gretzky record as hard as he can. The power play. It's a good power play. Third in the NHL. Power play, he'll set over. That one-timer's unstoppable. So he sits over there. He's good for 15 on the power play with that one-timer alone. He's found different ways to score goals, go to the front of the net. He's evolved as a player over the course of his career. As far as the goal-scoring department, that's a compliment to him. And for him, he is a little banged up at the start of the season, but for the most part, just does not miss games and always seems to remain healthy. And if he's healthy, the shot is lethal enough. He just doesn't have to skate much to score goals.
Yeah, he's going to score more than 36 cookies this year. Playing with Backstrom, guy loves to pass, always looking for him, especially on that power play. They got a lot of different dimensions, angles where he can shoot. So I believe that he's going to pass it and have a heck of a year.
All right, let's stay on the topic of cookies. Kirill Kaprizov went to the Calder last year. Does he score 40 or more cookies? True or false?
Negative for me. I think everyone knows who this Kaprizov is. They're going to be looking for him. They're going to know where he is. He's always around that net. He's got good puck control. He's just solid on the skates, this guy. I believe that he's going to have a great year. Obviously signed the big contract, so but I don't think he's going to get that 40-goal pace that he was on for last year, but he's definitely going to be a difference maker for the Wild.
Kaprizov scores 40 goals.
True.
True.
Okay.
If you looked at the numbers last year, for his first 20, 25 goals, he had one power play goal. All of a sudden, they went to a 5-man power play set, all forwards, and he ended up with 8 power play goals at the course of the end of the year. And Minnesota's power play was dreadful but at the end of the year, it picked up, and it was a big part of Kaprizov. So with the goal scoring, he was really dynamite at even strength, competes at both ends of the rink. Second year around the NHL, I expect an improvement from Kaprizov and an improvement on that power play. He gets 40, and Minnesota gets in the playoffs.
I like that. All right, this next one, our last one, a family affair. The Hughes family. Jack Hughes has more points than brother Quinn. True or false?
Jack Hughes has more points than Quinn Hughes this year because of the arrival of Dougie Hamilton on the power play. The power play for the Devils was 28th last year. It's going to be improved with Hamilton. Jack Hughes, third year in the league, starting to mature. We saw the maturity process last year as he got better away from the puck. And Lindy Ruff, the coach there, if you get better away from the puck, deserve more playing time, and he'll find out by being in good position defensively that he'll start to get offensive chances. Quinn Hughes is dynamite in Vancouver, has a lot of chances, but this is the year that Jack Hughes takes off.
Yeah, Jack Hughes, like you said, his development from the first year, I think everyone was disappointed he didn't have 70 points the first year. What's wrong with this guy? Is he a flop? No, he's not a flop, folks. He's an unreal player. He's getting bigger, stronger, better skater, and like you said, he's getting more put in more positions to be effective, to score those goals, to make those plays. So obviously, Quinn Hughes is a pretty good disher up there north of the border, but Jack is going to get it done this year and beat his brother, have bragging rights in the summertime.
All right. Dano has them in the playoffs, to be expected. Devils playoff team this year for you?
No, they're not quite be a playoff team. They're young. Tom Fitzgerald did a good job in the offseason, but still the youngsters, they're really young up front. Developing, going in the right direction, just not yet.
They're going to be fun to watch, but no playoffs.
All right. There it is. Connor McDavid, the two-time Hart Trophy winner, trying to make it a third year. We'll see how that plays out. Take a look at the last 6 Hart Trophy winners right there. So let's take a look at the FanDuel odds for the Hart Trophy. Connor McDavid, the chalk, at plus 200. Nathan MacKinnon, your next best odds to win it. He's at plus 600. Austin Matthews, Kucherov. How about Andre Vasilevsky on there? Plus 2,300. Why not? Last one to do that was up in Montreal.
I played with him that year. Jose Theodore.
Oh, yeah.
I played with him that
Excellent.
season.
All right, so let's get your odds. And I have a feeling that both of you guys have Connor McDavid as your Hart Trophy winner. So we'll go next level. Percentage that you think Connor McDavid wins the Hart Trophy this year. How confident are you?
I'm very confident. I'm going to go almost 100. 95% this guy's going to win the Hart Trophy. He's so dominant out there. His stick handling, the speed, the passing, the goal scoring. He is the whole package times 100. This guy is so darn good. And barring any unforeseen injury or time off from the game, this guy's going to have 120, 130 points in an 82-game season. That might be light, maybe, even, the way he was putting points up last year. So it's just so exciting to watch this guy play. He brings people to stands, brings people to be hockey fans. This guy is so exciting.
So that 5% is injury alone, and nobody else can do it.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. 95%. How confident are you?
I'll go 90%.
90.
And Connor McDavid, injury, 5%, and maybe someone else stepping up in the plate and
Who would
just
be that
beating them up.
else?
Someone else. Austin Matthews has a chance. Nathan MacKinnon. Those are top of the list, maybe to have a chance to beat him. But he is far and ahead the best player in the game. The speed, the way that he can control it. To him, with playing with maybe new line mates with Zach Hyman and Jesse Puljujarvi, and away from Draisaitl, maybe the numbers come down a bit, but the power play was #1 in the NHL last year. The power play continued to click along, should be the best in the NHL. So Edmonton with that team, Connor McDavid is the best player in the world. It is really hard not to see him winning another Hart Trophy. Wayne Gretzky won 8 in a row and 9 total. MacKinnon could be on that same sort of trajectory.
All right, we'll see how it plays out. He is the chalk at plus 200, Connor McDavid. Let's take a look at goal scorers from a year ago. Shortened season, so keep that in mind here. How about Austin Matthews? 41 goals in a 56-game span. He was on an absolute tear. The next closest was number 97 himself, Connor McDavid, 33. Alex DeBrincat up there, one behind Connor McDavid. So you take a look at the last 6 Rocket Richard Trophy winners. Matthews wins it with 41. Before that, the tie, Ovi and Pasta with 48. That was an 82-game slate, Ovi, and then Sidney Crosby back in 2017. Much like Connor McDavid for the Hart, both of you guys have Austin Matthews for the Rocket Richard. So, again, percentage of how confident you are that Austin Matthews wins it this year.
75% for Austin Matthews. Toronto Maple Leafs bucket loads of goals again. Austin Matthews, what impresses me is that his ability to even strength to score goals. Has the best release in the business. It's quick. The wrist injury, got that fixed, so the wrist should be healthy, and he still won the Rocket Richard last year with the wrist injury. When you watch him play and his strength and his ability to protect the puck down low, and the setup man, Mitch Marner, always feeding him, it just continues along. And to watch that shot, the power play, even strength production, seems hard not to see him winning, but maybe someone else can sneak in there.
Yeah, I got him at 60% winning this trophy. It's going to be the start for me. Every year, this guy gets about 20 goals in the first 20 goals. Everyone's talking about 50 and 50. Can he do it? So it'll be interesting to see how the wrist holds up, especially early in the season. So if he gets off to that great pace that he usually gets on early, look out. He's almost the favorites for sure to win the Rocket Richard. But you can't count out Ovechkin. You can't count out Pastrnak. So these guys are going to be battling for him. The best line in the league for me is the Boston Bruins with Bergeron and Marchand. So Poss is going to fill the net with cookies there. Maybe he's going to challenge him for it.
All right, Matthews 41 last year and 56. How many this year? Over 53 and a half? What do you think?
60. Let's go 60 goals. Austin Matthews,
Bold
the numbers
prediction.
Last year.
I like this. 60 goals.
He's in the 40s. I think someone's going to get 50 this year.
Okay.
Right?
All right. We'll see how it plays out. That's why you had him at 60%. Let's go between the net. The goaltenders here. The last 6 Vezina Trophy winners. How about Marc-Andre Fleury? The first time he was ever nominated, and he takes it home last year in 2021. No longer a Vegas Golden Knight. He's in Chicago. Connor Hellebuck before that. Andrei Vasilevsky, Pekka Rinne, Sergei Bobrovsky, the only active goaltender to win the Vezina 2 times. So, here are your FanDuel odds for the Vezina. Vasilevsky, no surprise there, plus 300. Far and away the favorite in that department. Connor Hellebuck, your next best odds at plus 950. And then pick your poison. How about Philip Grubauer, plus 1,900. He was a finalist a year ago. See how it plays out first year up in Seattle. Heartsy, I'm going to you, and we don't have to do a percentage on this one because you guys differ in your picks. Who's your Vezina Trophy winner?
I got Marc-Andre Fleury. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder this year. How he got out of Vegas into Chicago. He looks good in the red. I like the new pads. I like the new mask. So he's going to be fired up. And it's a good hockey team in front of him. You're only as good as the team that's playing in front of you. And I think Chicago is going to be leaps and bounds better than they were last year. So Flower and net, he's going to be doing the Flower things that he does in there. He's sprawling around. He's so athletic. He's making saves that no other goaltender in the league makes, and this guy's going to do it in a Blackhawks uniform. So he's my number 1 pick for the Vezina.
Where are you going?
Andrei Vasilevsky. He didn't win it last year. Talk about a chip on his shoulder. He's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He did win the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Won everything else.
He did. Andrei Vasilevsky, to me, he's far and ahead the best goaltender in the NHL. I talked about him. He's generational type of goaltender. And as he approaches this year, you watch Vasilevsky play, he's almost unbeatable down low. A lot of these saves covers to that bottom half of the net. If you want to beat him, you have to shoot upstairs. And he has a really good ability to recover and make second saves, and he does have a good team to play in front of. But Andrei Vasilevsky, you saw in the playoffs how he can elevate his game and the consistency, which was what he does it with, and he continues to play a ton of hockey. But Andrei Vasilevsky is just a different beast in net compared to everyone else I saw. Yeah. Just down low, he is strictly almost unbeatable. You have to shoot the pucks up high or get deflections. It's the only way to get pucks by him.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. Let's shift our attention now to the Norris, the best defenseman in the league. Adam Fox, how about that? Taking that one home early in his campaign with the Rangers. Roman Josi before that. Mark Giordano just named the captain of the Seattle Kraken. He won it back in 2019. Hedman, Burns, and Drew Doughty. Certainly all those names still in the mix for contention again this year. Cale Makar, though, the youngster out in Colorado, he is your favorite at plus 400. Victor Hedman, something to say about that at plus 600. After that, Adam Fox trying to go back-to-back at plus 1,000. Billy, who is your Norris Trophy winner this year?
I'm taking the chalk. I'm going to go with Cale Makar, smooth skating defenseman, really good Colorado team, and seems to be getting better. And averaged a point a game, only, I believe, the 6th defenseman last 20 years.
I don't want to last year had he not missed so much time.
He did miss some time. But, yeah, watch the way that he plays at both ends of the rink. And he's a one-man breakout. He gets the puck, starts the breakout, enters, becomes that 4th man on the rush, can quarterback the power play. When Barry left there and he got the keys to the car on the power play and was able to be the quarterback of the power play, the point production went up, but he's really good defensively down deep. I don't believe he gets enough credit with how good he is at controlling the corners and being in front of the net and winning battles in front of the net. So he's consistent all around and has the offensive tools to go with it, the complete package.
I got Roman Josi, the Nashville Predators. This guy does everything well. Yeah, he can shoot the puck hard. He's got a great one-timer. He leads the rush all the time up the ice. He's good defensively, and when he gets that puck in his own zone, he's up the ice all the time. He's not looking to play defense most nights, even though he is a good defender, but just his knack to scoring goals. He gets a breakaway right there from the hash marks in. The guy can make that first pass so well, and they have a sneaky good team there in Nashville. Sometimes they play great, sometimes they're not. A little inconsistent for me, but him being the captain on the back end, he's just so smooth skating. He's so hard to get that puck away from him when he's wheeling and dealing, and I just love the way that he plays. He's exciting to watch.
All right, last but not least, we have the Calder Trophy department, and some years we come in and we say, oh, this guy, odds on, he's going to run away with it. This year, a little bit closer. It feels like anybody could win this. Cole Caulfield, according to FanDuel, it's his trophy to lose, plus 250. Trevor Zegras out in Anaheim, plus 500. Spencer Knight, Billy, plus 900 down there in South Florida. Scott, I'll start with you. Who is your Rookie of the Year in the NHL this year?
I'm going to go to the odds-on favorite right there, plus 250, Cole Caulfield. We got a little sample size of him last year in the playoffs, just how dynamic he is, how smooth skating he is, his shot, the look-offs. He's skating one way, but he ends up going the other way. He's very shifty, the way that he moves that puck. So this guy's a little beetler, a little guy, but I think he's going to get things done, and very unselfish guy, too. Loves to pass that puck as well. So you saw them on their run, just how exciting he was when he got that puck. There was, it seemed like the Canadians' chest just puffed up a little bit. They had the confidence that something cool, something good was going to happen, and I just love the way this guy plays. So I think that he's going to be fun to watch and maybe the Rookie of the Year.
It's tough to go away from Cole Caulfield.
You going chalk, Billy?
But for myself, no, I'm not going to take the chalk. I'm going to go Michael Bunting.
Oh, you're not going chalk at all?
At all. This is a 26-year-old who's still eligible for the rookie trophy.
Was he on the odds board? Was he even on?
He wasn't even on the odds board. But this is a guy that might have a chance, and he played with Sheldon Keefe in the Ontario Hockey League. So he does know the coach very well, and Sheldon Keefe has him out of training camp on that second line with Tavares and Nylander. He had 10 goals in 23 games with Arizona last year, played 5 years in the American Hockey League, a wealth of experience, but he is an older guy at 26, and there could be power play time to go with it. And if he is on that line with Tavares and Nylander, a couple of skilled guys, the production could go way up. So if you take 10 goals with Arizona, put him on a Toronto team that is much more, that has a lot more goal potential and a lot more offensive upside, maybe 25 goals and 50 points, 60 points for Bunting. Ooh. And a 26-year-old Rookie of the Year.
Nice little payday from FanDuel. If you get Bunting to win the Calder, we'll have to see.